this is exactly the kind of thing that I like to think I didn't need, and particularly like to think I shouldn't need. And in my previous career, I was a management consultant. I managed massive, complex change programs, loads of people, chaos like hitting me all the time, and I managed it, and I was super organized. But I think when you're running your own business, it's so different, because you're not just being responsive, you're not being given outcomes, objectives, and responding to that and shaping things up. You're often trying to sort of grow this thing. You're trying to forge your way in the world. And yes, you respond to tasks, but that's the bit I find quite easy. It's the growing and developing, carving out time for that stuff that no one is asking me for yet, and I have to develop it. So for ages, I just found the responsive stuff always got prioritized, and that meant, kind of not very value-adding tasks got done, and all the stuff that was for me growing a business I love falls to the bottom of the list. So that's why I think it's so helpful. And I think particularly you helped me to actually just accept that I do need this kind of support. And I don't think that means I'm, broken or ineffective or any of that nonsense that might come up in your inner critic. But I was thinking back to when I first came across what you did, and I messaged you about it, and I was, me, I'm very honest. So I was like, my concern is that I should be able to do this myself. Like, where's the real value? And I think actually just accepting that support is there and maybe it would help, and giving it a go was like one of the best things I've done this year. I find this space really supportive. I know, yes, I could carve it out in my diary, but I know that I would deprioritize it. I push it away. Whereas the fact that I know I can turn up at a specific time and there will be other humans here, and on the rare occasion that I can't make it because I've got a real clash, I can catch up, and you get the videos to us so quickly and all that stuff. It's so lovely. And you are so generous with giving those little bits of advice that just keep you nudging along when you do get stuck. I'm also learning from the process every time. I'm evolving and growing and developing along the process, which is awesome as well. So I suppose, I would just say to anyone thinking about joining, if you feel like you shouldn't need it, it's just nonsense. Like, do you need it? Do you think you'd get value from it? There's no shame in it. I'm a really organized, competent person, and I find this is so valuable. So I'm really thankful for you bringing it to us, Louise.
I feel like I'm a fledgling member of the Make It Happen Club. I remember the first month I joined, I did my plan and then forgot about it for a month. I think I might have looked at it the first week and just got on. And then when I looked back at everything that I'd written down in that time, I crossed everything off the list, or it wasn't important. It was like, oh my goodness. And so to have that experience was like, wow, I've battled productivity. I've done all the courses. I've attended the trainings. I've read the books, and I couldn't get it. Maybe I've got ADHD tendencies, who knows? And what I loved about your approach was you do it for you. You've given me a couple of tips which have been game changers, like serious game changers when it's come to productivity, because now I understand how I do it. And I'm not trying to fit myself into someone else's book, and I'm setting myself up support structures and systems that mean I can get it done. People have been saying for years, schedule things in a calendar, and I've always ignored. I was like, there's no point in me doing that because I will just ignore it. But I'm really excited to see how this works, because I know that that tool that you recommended will really support me in actually getting it done. And because I've tried it, it's just remembering to do it. So I'm excited to see how that will work. And that's years of people doing this and me not. So to get the monthly flow. And I used to really beat myself up for not getting stuff done. The day would go pear-shaped, and I've been working on it for many, many years. And just today, as I was reflecting, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not beating myself up barely at all for when I don't get stuff done. I'm getting the important things done. But having that space every month to focus on your own business and what you want to get done, I think is huge. And I just wouldn't do it on my own. Focusing on how you want to feel as well, like it really does make such a difference. So I love the structure, and I love that there's no interaction. So I'm in my own world and it's quiet, which is very different to a lot of networking or that side of things. I think it's brilliant, and who wouldn't want some of it? It's like, for the investment, it's like a no-brainer. Like, it really sets you up for success, I think. And yeah, I love it every month. And there's more to it. There's other bits and pieces, but that I make the time for it now, whereas I never ever did. So yeah, thank you.